Welcome back, Upper Deckers. Aren't I looking mighty fine today? We did it. We had opening day in MLB baseball. Look, these blue blocking glasses make it look like I have blue eyeshadow on. Is it eyeshadow? Is that what goes up there? Yeah, eyeshadow, right? Uh, well, what did we got? We had successes and failures. We had some weather keeping a game from going off in Boston. We had COVID striking again and canceling games in Washington D.C. We had the Blue Angel and Ginger Devil have one of the weirdest plays in baseball yesterday. And yeah, Peter's a little upset about it. Oh, the face mask. Justin Turner, you're not my fucking son. That was stupid. John Mitchell is coming on the show probably next weekend for maybe a recap. John says we'll do whatever I want. I'd rather really just go with whatever shows up, whatever happens that day. It's too early to pay attention to the standings unless Mike is kicking your ass, and then you should be in full panic mode, which I am in full panic mode. It's one day in an 11-day or 10-day period, and I'm already in full panic mode. I mean, I shouldn't. It's a marathon. This is not last year. It's not the sprint like last year was. This is really distracting me. These glasses, I can see the blue, and it's really effing distracting. Yeah, we did it, and we got it going. As you know, this year we're really trying to keep everybody interested, and in that, the playoffs are. Honestly, and I'm disappointed that I didn't have the foresight last year to see the benefits, or the year before, whatever we talked about adding more playoff teams. I apologize for not having the foresight to see what that could mean for this league. And having the payouts the way they are, having the draft picks the way there are, there's really a reason to play your best. And if your best isn't good enough, that's okay, because sometimes you get a shitty hand, right? I mean, sometimes the picks don't work out like they're supposed to. If you're playing hard and you're playing the whole year and you fail, I mean, much respect to you. Much respect. Okay? And I think we've incentivized people to play the whole year through. And if you feel like your interest is waning, and I'd like to hear about that, because we want to do things to keep it interesting. And instead of losing you guys, let's fix the problems that need to be fixed and make it. Let's try to keep this core together for a while. I mean, I understand that life comes up and our circumstances change. But if we could keep the 10 of you together for, 11, because of Stem Cormick, as Peter wrote, if we could keep the 11 of us together for a while, I mean, that would be such a blessing. And as much as I rag on myself as being a bad commissioner, that would be a feather in my cap, honestly. That would make me feel very successful. And then I did have something else, and then nothing's important. And none of this is really important. It's just, it's probably just ego oozing out into the camera. My Blue Jays did win yesterday. And then, of course, the Astros won. And I had a lot of A's fans friends in the stands last night, and sorry, folks, I'm so sorry for you guys. But you guys can't sleep on that Houston offense. The pitching might be suspect, but you can't sleep on that offense. You can't. I mean, whether you're upset with them or not, when you go through the lineup and the talent, there's a lot of talent there. And of course, Ella watched the whole A's Astros game with me, and I don't expect Ella to watch. She's an A's fan. I don't expect her to watch a lot of games with me, but I'm so appreciative that my daughter sat down with me and start to finish, a Switch, Nintendo Switch in there, a little Switch. I had to give her a new memory card, and we set that up. And it's not like I didn't look at my phone the whole time. So, honestly, success. I mean, if I get like 5 games with her this year, that's awesome. Sitting with your kid, watching football. God dang, Ruby. It's baseball season. It's rabbit season. It's duck season. That's a classic bit. Okay, anyways, John Mitchell's going to come on the show. Mike, stop kicking my ass. And, the other thing. I remember the other thing. NA spot. Okay, so I feel like maybe I was a little overwhelmed, maybe a little lazy, kind of rushed that through. And the system's working. It's probably not going to pass. And that's okay. And now we can develop it and we can take our time. But when I say take our time, we need to make progress on it. Like weekly, we need to have like a discussion or have something move on it. But it doesn't have to get done today. It doesn't have to get done tomorrow. It doesn't have to get done in April. It doesn't have to get done in May. But it needs to be steady progress towards what you guys think is acceptable and what gives you value in this game. Now, to me, I kind of geeking out on the prospects, but this isn't necessarily what everyone's going to want. So we got to be very careful, because if it's hard enough to think about just the players that are going to play on your team, and then you have to consider prospects, and then most of us don't even see the prospects. We're all going off of written materials and expert judgments, the Keith Laws of the world, giving us our opinions. So I did submit like a plan that another league uses, and not to take it wholesale, but to show what they do. And I think maybe a whole minor league draft is too much. It seems like we're just going to be, a lot of us are just going to be guessing. I don't think that's, I'd really like us to have like, you know what? Does it matter what I want? I don't know. Okay, guys. It's 9 minutes, so let's call that quits before you guys get sick of me. And we'll be back later next week with John Mitchell, our host, our guest, John Mitchell.